I was able to get an inside look at the pierogi making progress here at Hough's Taproom and Brewpub in Greenfield, with heads of kitchen Jasmine Lee and Jeff Medjimorec, who created a streamlined process for cooking up the 6 types of pierogies that adorn their menu.
Well, Jeff used to do everything by hand until he got this awesome dough shaper, which usually people use it for like pizzas and noodles and stuff, but it's basically what a pierogi is a noodle that's stuffed.
And the dough consists of flour, salt, eggs, sour cream, and butter. That'll be it. Ready for the magic?
He's just adjusting the thickness each time. If you try to put a big hunk of dough in there on the thickness that you're going for, you're just going to get it jammed, so you kind of have to gradually do it.
And this will be it.
So how many pierogies would you get out of a sheet of dough like this?
When I make the dough, I make enough for 20 dozen.
Okay.
And I probably do that 3 or 4 times a week.
Wow.
We pretty much, we go through roughly 1,000 pierogies a week.
That's crazy.
All this is a biscuit cutter.
So it kind of just cuts out the general shape.
Yep.
It's awesome.
Without that, you would have to get you'd have to get a can or something.
Which is exactly what I used to use. I used to sharpen a can.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, and cut them out that way.
And I got potato and cheese filling. Like I said, I do about 1,000 a week.
Yeah. So you're seasoned.
Yes.
Did it take you a long time to get the recipe just right? Or is it
Nope,
it's a
first
family
time.
recipe?
No, it's not a family one. It's just one that I played around with, and the first time it came out perfect. That is it.
If you have too much flour on your little discs, they won't close up like you need them to. And then you'll have filling all through your water when you boil them off.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to make sure that it's a nice sticky dough that's going on top of each other. But not too sticky that it sticks to the table. It can be fickle.
Trial and error.
Mm-hmm.
Not the pierogi.
That's it.
So how do you come up with the ideas for the pierogi of the month? Because they change every month.
This month, Jess, the manager, came up with it. No, she came up with the crab rangoon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I come up with it. I usually ask people. And
Yeah, we talk about it a
then
lot.
I'll get ideas, and then I'll just choose one.
Honestly, our food distributors have given you a couple really good ideas
That's another
too.
thing. I ask my sales rep from Cisco or GFS, and they'll give me ideas.
And those guys, before they become, both of those guys were chefs, weren't they?
Yeah, they were both chefs and got out of it for money reasons.
Yeah.
But they have the know-how and like know what people like, know what people will eat, what sounds good, what's an easy margin, markup, and all that good stuff.
Now for the creation of the new menu, are you guys trying to do more pierogies than what's on there?
Yes.
So more of a pierogi-centric menu?
Yeah, probably like 10
10?
instead of 5. What do we have, 5 now plus the pierogi a month?
Have you come up with a couple ideas for that so far?
Next month?
Would even just next month or for
Or the new menu.
I
The new
definitely
menu.
want to do a sweet cheese.
Mm-hmm.
It's a farmer's cheese and powdered sugar.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
That's like a classic Polish.
The only reason why we haven't had it is because neither distributor carries farmer's cheese. None of the dough is wasted either, the scrap dough.
Mm-hmm.
Put it right back in.
About how long does it take you to make 20 dozen?
Well, I don't know. I never did it at once. It takes me, let's see, I roughly make about 100 pierogies an hour. Yeah. But I do 2 trays. Each tray holds between 40 to 50, so anywhere between 90 to 100 an hour.
And now after you make the dough and set them on the tray, do you boil them off immediately or do you freeze them right away?
We freeze them.
Okay.
Because after we boil them, they only have like maybe a 2-day shelf life.
Okay.
And then they start getting hard.
And if you try to boil them and throw them right in the freezer, you're going to get a block of pierogi.
Mm-hmm.
And they won't separate. And one of the, like, pierogies are nice, simple recipes. You can pretty much put anything inside a pierogi dough. They're just so time consuming, and that's why people don't really do them. It's because they take forever.
Yeah.
It's actually like peasant food back in the day. It was real cheap. All it is potato.
Yeah.
Potato and dough.
Potato and dough.
Now, do you find that people like the more traditional pierogies more, or do
Yeah,
they like the different eccentric
I don't know, I
ones?
think they like the variety, but their number one seller is potato and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we usually prep the most of
Yeah,
going into a night.
Yeah, like tonight we probably have like 15 orders of them already made. The other ones we have like 5 or 6.
We boil them first and then like put them on a tray and let them cool and get them all bagged up and then throw them in a cooler
Mm-hmm.
and then just fry them. It gets difficult when you have a lot of different orders,
Yeah.
like space-wise when you're cooking them. But they cook up pretty fast. When I'm doing it, he likes to, everybody has their own method. He holds it in his hand. I kind of hold the filling in with my thumbs so it doesn't go out on the edges.
Mm-hmm.
And these are probably the easiest ones to pinch too. Like you want to see some difficulty, watch you make the apple ones. They're such a pain. Because anything that's saucy.
Yeah, anything that's not in the piping bag is a pain.
Because the second you get some of that filling on the outside where it's supposed to be sticking to each other,
Yeah,
it's not going to stick. It's done. It's not going to do anything.
Would you guys say that Hough's is one of the only restaurants that does so many different kinds of pierogies, or even just pierogies in general?
I don't know. I know that there's places that do them, but usually it's just potato and cheese.
Okay.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, the only other people that did a ton, they're not around anymore.
Yeah.
But a lot of places don't even make them, which is mind-boggling to me.
The fillings are what takes a long time. You got to cook the hot sausage. You got the
They
corned
have to be
beef.
cool before you put them in,
Yeah.
or it'll start cooking the dough on you.
So what's your favorite pierogi out of all of the ones
Hot
that we've made?
sausage.
Hot sausage?
Yep. That's my favorite.
Mm-hmm. And what about you? What's your
Oh,
favorite?
pepperoni.
Pepperoni?
Anytime there's stragglers of those, I'm eating it. I love the pepperoni. I always thought that the pepperoni would be such a good sell for kids, like that. The kids that only eat pizza,
Yeah.
stuff like that. It's like, oh, it's pizza and a pierogi. That, if I was selling it to a kid, that's what I would be saying.
I could eat pierogies every day. So.